Many people in Washington wondering, why did Donald Rumsfeld resign hours after the midterm elections? What exactly went on behind closed doors at the White House yesterday? John Podesta is former chief of staff in the Clinton White House and president of the Center for American Progress. He joins us from Washington. John, thanks a lot for coming on.
Nice to be with you.
You're a Democrat, but you spent obviously many years in the White House. What do you think happened with Rumsfeld?
Well, the question was really why it took so long, I think. I think that it was clear based on the election results for sure, but I think the loss of faith by both Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill of Donald Rumsfeld's stewardship of the Pentagon, that a change needed to be made, and I think they just didn't want to do it before the election because I think they thought that would show weakness, so they just waited till the day after and then threw him out.
As a purely political matter, leaving aside your moral and philosophical allegiances, if you were the political director of the White House, would you have counseled? You would have said to do it before the election.
Oh, I think they should have gotten rid of him. In my own view was, I was stunned they kept him this whole year. But I think had they actually made a move to change course, if they had brought in Bob Gates, in August, you might have seen quite a different election result.
Well, give us some perspective on Bob Gates. How do Democrats feel about this choice?
Well, I think they know him. Many of them have worked with him from his days at the CIA. I think they have a great deal of respect for him. I think that there was some general sense that at least serving on this Baker-Hamilton commission, that he's getting a kind of a outside, clean, fresh perspective. And so I think if, as you heard Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi or Jane Harman speak today, I think they're looking forward to trying to work with a secretary that they could actually talk to, work with, and might actually listen to their ideas.
Does this put Democrats in a tougher rhetorical position with Rumsfeld gone? Do you think there will be pressure now that it looks like they're in control both chambers of Congress to come up with their own detailed plan on Iraq?
No, I think ultimately the detailed plan has to come from the president and the Pentagon and the people on the ground. But I think that for example, Senator Biden has put forward a number of ideas about what to do in Iraq, as have a lot of different people, including my own think tank. But I think that with a guy like Gates, I think that they can press him to take a fresh look, to listen to the people on the ground, to provide a kind of a different sort of diplomatic pressure on the Iraqis themselves to get on with the training mission and to begin to reduce and redeploy our force over there. So I think that they want to see a successful outcome, and I think they want to have a partner inside the administration. To date, they haven't had one either in the White House or at the Pentagon.
Yeah, I actually think everybody wants a bipartisan solution. Everybody, all the responsible people with like jobs. But there's a huge constituency in your party. I don't think you're part of it. But, the blog world, the people who, were for Howard Dean in the primaries in 2004, the MoveOn.org people, a lot of them are haters. A lot of them don't understand how the process works. And a lot of them want to leave Iraq yesterday. Is that going to be a problem, sort of placating them for Democrats?
Look, I think that the Democrats have been have come together. They've issued a series of joint letters that have ranged from Jack Murtha and Ike Skelton to Carl Levin and Joe Biden, along with Leader Pelosi and Leader Reid. So I think that on Capitol Hill you see people saying, look, we have got to have a new course. We have to have a new strategic direction. We want to be constructive in that. But listen, we're going to do some tough oversight, which hasn't been done in the last 6 years. So expect some hard questions.
Okay, of course. But I mean about pulling out. The question, a lot of people who vote in the Democratic primaries, I bet the majority, literally want to begin the pullout, not the redeployment, but the just like, let's go right now. And yet the responsible Democrats, like the employed caucus in your party, recognizes that's not a wise choice. There's going to be conflict between those two groups, is there not?
I don't think as much as you're suggesting, Tucker. I think that everyone in America would like to see a successful conclusion of this. They'd like to see certainly to eliminate the loss of life on both the American side, and they'd like to see probably the reduction of the loss of life on the Iraqi side. Right now, you've got real chaos ranging there, and I think that most thoughtful people around the country, not just in elected office, feel the same way about it. But I think they know that the continued course that we're on, the deployment of 130,000 troops there that are sitting ducks in the middle of really what are 4 different conflicts going on simultaneously, is not a way to achieve security. So I think people are looking to a change in direction, and I think they're hopeful that that, frankly, that George Bush got the message yesterday.
Looks like he did. John Podesta, thanks.
Thank you.
Coming up, the votes are in.